Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for some DC Dual Force. We are just trucking away trying new decks, and we've got kind of a, I don't know if I would say spicy, but just a combination that I haven't really tried, and I've been trying to get uh, Aquaman to work. Now, I think Batman is pretty good. I think even I've tried a little bit of Aquaman, Black Adam. Um, but I just kept feeling like it was missing something. And I really like tyranny cards. I feel like a lot of them are really, really powerful, and I'll talk about some of them. Before I get too carried away, again, appreciate all the support. We've had some, quite a few new subscribers in the last month and following along with this game. I hope you guys are getting something out of it. Um, like I said in the last video, we've got quests coming up. I feel like it's a great time to jump into the game if you haven't. I really feel like if you played Magic Spellslingers, if you played Hearthstone, if you played, just in Magic in general, I think you can really pick this up quite easily. It's just been really fun learning a whole new game that has like a lot of life and updates and support for content creators and some really really great developers and all that good stuff. So thanks for supporting the channel. I hope you're supporting the game. And I've really, really enjoyed it. So I've been on this quest to make Aquaman work, and I've also just, like I said, I really liked some of the tyranny cards, and I was like, you know what? The problem I feel like with Aquaman is that, yes, you can have board presence, you can have some units, but you kind of lack card advantage, you kind of lack tempo, if you will. Even though you're running some really great units and some just kind of like very good statted cards, with potentially some of the most annoying ultimate cards or like gold cards to deal with in the game. What would be a good pairing? And I was like, okay, I don't think it's Lex. Could be, but I wonder if Ivy was worth a shot. And because I was kind of thinking about like, if you just can keep units on the board, you can keep refilling. They have to keep re-clearing because you've got a new Ivy every other turn, right? You've got the sea creatures coming out. You've got like your ability to scale up, and I just kind of wanted to try it, and I was honestly pretty pleasantly surprised. I mean, I still am kind of surprised at how it does, but I just took some tips from other kind of Aquaman decks that I've seen, and I just jammed in my favorite tyranny cards. So what are some of those? I mean, some of the, just on rate good might cards, right? A Better Tomorrow, pump everything in your deck +1. If you don't answer it, Clark Kent, pretty annoying. Same, I would say, with the Riddler, which is a great source of card advantage. Ivy's Flytrap, obviously synergistic with what Ivy does, but another way to get card advantage, right? So I was kind of like, okay, this kind of makes sense. We've got the ability to just gum up the board, draw extra cards. What should some of those be? So I'm actually testing out, where is it? Well, Ritual Sacrifice, I think, has just been a great spell for Ivy decks in general, but I really wanted to test out Shadow's Blade, and this just felt like the perfect deck to do it with, because you've got some of these cheap might creatures that you can use to just like ambush and lethal something, but also I really like decks that make a lot of units playing spells, because sometimes you're going to have a board state where you can't play cards or play recruits. So just having some of those impactful spells are good. Kind of liked running one of the Throne of Atlantis just for a bit of card advantage. The culling is really a nod to like some of the high roll like Arkham strategies, or I guess that would be the best answer. And there's just many cards that can get above 5 power for you. So I just thought like the culling actually was like a decent sweeper to put in. I recently got 2 Indoctrinates. I love this as just an unconditional removal spell that potentially can net you, some good advantage. Friends in High Places to fetch what are some of, the most impactful ultimate creatures we can, right? So we've got, recruits, right? So Superman for the situation where you just need, this usually gives you a lot of ability to close out the game or stabilize. Brainiac for a similar reason, and Wonder Woman, who I've still really liked, although it's awkward sometimes to position her. She's still a 6/6 aura that's giving other creatures +2/+2, and if you pull it off of friends in high places, you're, even if you don't have the best, buffs for your recruits, it's coming in as a 9/9 aura. And as I talked about in my previous video about aura, I just think that it is actually quite an important um, stat line to have right now, or like keyword, I guess I should say. And Brainiac can be for card advantage if you need it as well. And then you're running two incredibly powerful gold spells. I only have one Appetite of Conquest. I probably would run both if I could. Permanent -1/-1, permanent +1/+1. You can see how things just really add up when you're just kind of dumping out a bunch of recruits on the board easily between your leaders and then having them get buffed. And then Truth and Justice, right? There were turns where, like, I got to Steve, where are you, Steve? Steve Trevor, my Aquaman to get a little bit of tempo, make a unit. I had maybe like one other recruit on the field, right? And then Truth and Justice. Truth and Justice got really nerfed when it didn't buff leaders anymore, so it just requires that you have a lot of recruits, and it's really easy for this combo to make recruits. So it still feels like a very impactful spell. So I won't go over everything, but those are just kind of some of the key concepts. And figured we'd just boot up some games and let me know what you think. I'm not sure that this is, the best Aquaman deck, period. But it's been kind of working, at least with my particular card pool. And I just, have been really struggling to find what is a good combination with him. And I think there's some interesting synergy when you have two leaders that make recruits. And kind of what that allows you to do in terms of tempo. And it's just making it hard for your opponent to clear. Okay, well, this is one of the better, I think, Zatanna decks, although I think you can pair her with quite a lot. Definitely going to ship back the Brainiac. I think I'm going to throw back the Shadowblade as well. I think I'd rather just have some early game recruits. Excellent. Speaking of which, we'll just lead with Antiope here. Really scary, right? Both of these colors, Anarchy and Energy, both have firepower cards. It's just really easy for this to get out of hand. I still think it's probably the correct move to rush down Joker. Sucks that we don't really have a way to take advantage of Deimos here. But I'm just going to get on the board here and start applying some pressure to Joker. And we'll play Deimos for no value, unfortunately. But playing out our cards, we've got Indoctrinate to remove something. We've got IV activation. And then we'll just slam Appetite of Conquest as soon as we can. So we'll see what our opponent gets. But yeah, these are two very scary leaders. I have Zatanna. I really wish I had Joker, but I don't. No, it hit the one recruit. Well, I mean, obviously it'd be more ideal for it to hit Crypto. But what's nice is at least Mr. Freeze doesn't really do anything here because it's off curve, so it's not going to stop Aquaman from doing what he's doing. Wow, that was a sweet draw. So yeah, definitely just going to activate Ivy first. And then we'll play Hippolyta. We're not doing both of our spells this turn, which is a little awkward. But got plenty to do here. And we've got quite the board state for our opponent to have to deal with. So if they do have a firepower card, though, they can definitely clear out some of this. But we've got two Aura for, 4 to 5 toughness recruits. So this should be a board state that's pretty hard to deal with. They're definitely going to be able to clear at least Crypto. There's Onomatopoeia. Oh, I really want this card. I still haven't opened it. 2 to everything. That's not great. So that takes off Aura here, and then took off Shield there. Yeah, they were actually able to clear extremely well. That is rather unfortunate. Okay. Well, we've got the kill on Joker here, so I think we definitely are going to go for it. Oh yeah, we actually don't have to use Indoctrinate. Which I think actually we're going to Indoctrinate Onomatopoeia. I don't think we can afford for that to stay on the board. Um, oh, but we can. No, but we can clear here and kill this. Yeah, I think let's just get that off the board. That is a scary, scary card. Take out Joker. Which is very nice. And we've got a full board here. Alright, so the only thing we have to fear now is Hellblaze on the gold turn. So once it hits turn 5, anything goes. But here's hoping we can hold on to some recruits. We do have another Ivy recruit, coming up next turn. So just really trying to maintain board presence and then appetite of conquest. If we even hold on to maybe 2 recruits here, is going to be pretty brutal. Okay, well, bigger they are on Hunter Shark is unfortunate. And possession. Okay, please don't attack each other. Wait. Oh, did they do it on the aura? Oh no. Okay. Well, they definitely didn't mean to do that, and that could have made a difference. We might have been left with only 1 recruit there. Okay, not the best game, so we'll hop into another one. At least from our opponent's perspective. But yeah, that's kind of exactly what we want to do. We got on board early. We kept kind of pressing our advantage. We had a really great Hapolta pull, and then being able to activate our. I mean, it's pretty nuts when you activate your Aquaman and get Hunter Killer Shark. Because it's just a 5/4 Hunter off of your leader activation is just like it's I guess the best one you could pull in a vacuum. Sometimes you would want other units, but generally it's probably the best recruit that you can get. Okay. How Batman. All right. See how this goes. I don't like any of this. So I'm just going to throw it back. All right. Still not the best, but at least we can maybe get some options with Riddler. Throw that down. Got Crypto, Shadow Blades. I just wouldn't really want to see in my opening hand. It's just a card I might want to draw later on. I just want to curve out with recruits as much as possible. Okay, so they got their Lantern from Hal Jordan at the start of your turn. And we got Shoot Randomly. Not a great card. But if we could tag it with Shoot Randomly, that would be pretty excellent. If we don't, I guess we could Shadow's Bane. But let's see if we get lucky here. Nice. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to put this into block for the Riddler as well. We get to clear this and keep on trucking. Obviously, if they just get a Batarang off Batman, they're going to be able to clear Crypto very easily. Potentially be able to kill the Riddler. Ooh. Madam Xanadu is not a bad one to have. We can kind of see what we need to clear this turn. Maybe we Shadow's Blade plus Mercy Graves. Maybe we just get Xanadu rolling. Okay. Yep. Clear Crypto. Do they have a way to clear the Riddler? Okay, well, Chip is very nice. Pump that other Lantern that they have. Oh, double Chip. That is pretty scary. This card is so good. Favor of the Gods. Interesting. Well, I think I would rather do this. So I can go. Question is, do I want to play Mercy first so this doesn't get the +2? But honestly, +2 on Mercy would make it harder for them to clear. Sure. Let's favor the gods. See what we hit here. Okay, this Mercy got it. Well, I think I would rather play the big Mercy and just make it harder for them to have, a crazy good turn. Clear one of the chips, which is nice. So I definitely will. And They do have their activation of Hal, so they can like fully get the value from a about to say a Black Lantern, a Green Lantern card. But Mercy, I've actually really liked for kind of gumming up their ability to keep up with the amount of recruits we're putting out. I've played against a couple control decks, and Mercy is pretty annoying into them because they're just not able to like strictly keep up 2 for 2 with you. Opponent discards. Okay. And not a great card to have. Bat Cycle's really nice. Dang. They're not adding to the... Well, they could add to the board with Hal if they just have a bronze card here, which looks like they do. Oh, it still cancels it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, it's just bugged visually. All right. Okay, Jessica with no pomp is fine by me. Okay, well, that's quite annoying. They just get to clear everything here. Well, shoot. Definitely got some value out of the Riddler. Can't be too upset about that. And we get to pester them with Mercy again. Ooh, that's not a bad one. All right, let's go Mercy in the middle. And we're going to go Xanadu in the back. Definitely one of the better pulls that we could have gotten from, whatchamacallit, from Riddler. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's probably worth it just to put some damage on Jessica here. Ooh, alright, Polymorph can be quite nice. Alright, so here's hoping they can't develop too much this turn, and then we can get a bit of tempo back. Okay, Batwing. Let's see what they hit off Batwing. I might just want to peel the aura off of this card. Oh. Okay, that I'm fine with. I mean, that's a fine play too, but... Jeez, well, we've got quite a lot we can do. Polymorphing Batwing. Is that what we want to do? Kind of thinking about it. Let's see what we hit here. Okay, awesome. Anton Arcane, not a problem. So we can just clear with Madame Xanadu, hit for 7. Or we could double clear. But I definitely want to play Superman this turn. So the question is, do I want to replace her to keep my my Norwal protected? I think... Oh. Nah, it's a little too low tempo, I think, here to not play out Superman now and replace her. And then let's just make them discard something, maybe. Okay, Necromancy could be good if they're able to clear Superman here. And we can Steve into our Aquaman next turn if we need to. Okay. Yeah, Shazam is not great. Let's see what they hit here. Maybe should have held Polymorph for the gold turn. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's their best clear option. Okay, they got the shield off. Alright, well, I think this is pretty ideal. They're literally trading everything to get rid of Superman. And we can potentially necromancy it back, which is pretty gross. And obviously we'll just make sure we kill Billy Batson so he doesn't turn back into Shazam. And then I think I'll just stick 3 damage on Hal. I mean, we're at 20 health here. They've just been battling for the board the entire game. And the double mercy turns, I think, were really, really good. Okay. Well, I think I just want to... start by necromancy, see if we can high roll. This point, I think I'll just take the Riddler. That's fine. All right. Well, just go here, clear, and then play Brainiac. And generate 2 cards at end of turn and 1 card at the beginning of their turn. Ooh, Sigil of Power. We love free spells. That's actually really nice. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of living the dream here. I mean, we got Madame Xanadu off of the Riddler. But yeah, now we have tons of options. Yeah. Pretty tough game there. All right, well, I think we'll close it up there. And game 1 was like a little, our opponent clearly kind of messed up. But yeah, I'll make sure the deck list is below. Again, still really exploring this game, like figuring out what feels good, what doesn't. But I really have been surprisingly impressed with this deck. I just think that what certain might decks are missing when you're not playing with energy or tactician, right, is card advantage. And I think the synergy here is that you get to like really conserve how you play out your recruits after the early game, because you get so much advantage from generating recruits off of both of your leaders and then leveraging that to just like auto trade, auto fill back up the board. It just has felt like, and then obviously like when you curve into like Hippolyta, it's really hard. Curve into Mercy, it's really hard for them to keep up. You can have these like easy 4 recruit turns between your hand and your leaders. So it's been interesting. And so, this feels like kind of, maybe like an off meta sort of mid-range deck, because I think a lot of the mid-range decks just want to be playing like Shazam. Who else Shazam, Batman, I don't know, just other cards that can deal with, some of the upfront stuff and then go late. But yeah, I've been very happy with this. I mean, I get to run some of the better cards, like Superman's a House, Appetite for Conquest, Truth and Justice if you set up the board right, and this deck has an easy time doing that. And Wonder Woman, you've got Mercy Graves to kind of choke them on mana. You've got some of the best like removal. I mean, Indoctrinate. You've got plenty of things to sack to the Ritual card, right, where you sacrifice Ritual Sacrifice. Shadow's Blade, didn't really get to see how it works, but honestly, I think these spells are just really synergistic with having bodies on the board. And we've got that in spades. And I think Favor of the Gods actually gives the deck a little bit of a kind of like juice against aggro. And can be kind of pesky for them, again, trying to like recover in some of these turns and like actually keep clearing your board, set up their own board. So it's been really fun. So I would give it a try. Plants of the Sea, like tuna of the sea, but very different. It's, I guess, like a new vegan recipe for those of you who get that old reference. Thanks so much for joining, as always, and I will catch you next time.